from the very beginning to now. So in whichever way you like. So please welcome Sonali. She has written coach. So I think I leave the
Sure, sir.
rest of the introduction to her only. Please.
Sure, sir. Thank you. Okay. Hi, everybody. Thank you so much, Vishal sir, for inviting me over to this startup night out. I'm more than happy and pleased to be here and, sharing my story with all enthusiastic entrepreneurs and aspiring, inspiring people of this generation. So I'd like to just start off by welcoming, Naman, Preeti, Soumya, Shubh, Shad, Anushka, Shalini, and Yash, and to everybody joining me at the platform. So my name is Sonali, and by profession, I am a coach, and I am currently co-founder of India's first emotional gym. So
Sonali, you're breaking a bit.
a very
You are
interesting.
like slight
Okay,
lag at time, as in freezing. Your frame is freezing at times.
okay. So 1 second. Okay. Okay. Let me just check.
Yeah, maybe your location. I don't know.
1 second. Okay. So just give me one
Yeah,
second.
yeah, sure, sure. Please take your time. Okay, meanwhile, Yash, you're here. Yash, please introduce yourself quickly.
Hi, I am Yash Sinha from Motila Nehru Public School. I am in 12th standard. I have taken pure science from pure.
Okay, thank you. Atul sir, please,
Sorry.
small introduction. Atul sir, small introduction, please.
Namaste. My name is Atul Kumar. I run a company, Ren Ventures, in California, and multiple non-profits for startups.
Okay, thank you. Yes, Sonali, now you are better buffering. Yeah, please, Sonali, please, you can
Okay,
restart
perfect.
probably. Thank you.
Sure, perfectly, sir. Thank you so much. Okay, welcome everybody. I think more people have joined in. So, welcome everybody. Thank you so much, Vishal sir, for welcoming and inviting me on the startup night out. My name is Sonali, and thank you so much for the wonderful audience here. I hope I can inspire you and encourage you to do much more than you think you are capable of doing. So, by profession, I am a coach, author, speaker, and a trainer. And currently, I am the co founder of India's first emotional gym. As you can see, my background, it is called as speedclub.in, and it is a very, very unique concept that we have worked upon and have gotten down. We have made the dream or a thought into a reality from the past 1.5 years as a company, registered company. And before that, me and my co-founder both were working individually on this theme. So before talking about Speed Club, or before more boring you or anything, I don't want to make this a picture or something like that. I'd like to share my story because a lot of times story is something that really, really inspires, and I personally like to listen to stories. So yeah. So I first of all, I'd like to encourage a lot of interactions. So if you have any questions, we would love to have a Q&A session at the end, or you can always drop it out in the chat and we will get back to you. And in case my voice is not audible or not clear, you can let me know that as well, right? So I'm originally from Kolkata, the city of joy, and right now I am settled in Bangalore, and for the last 1.5 years. So in Kolkata, when I was in school, I used to be a very, very shy kid. I had a lot of troubles, making new friends, answering questions in the class, talking to strangers. And as you may think that that's, a kind of like a common thing. A lot of people are shy. There are children who, kind of are not very social. But I had a lot of trouble because I could see that, it was very difficult for me to kind of convey how I felt. And I was very confused. And, back then there was the concept of career counseling or coaching and all these things were not very famous, right? And there were very strict career paths that you could follow. And I understood very, very early on that academics was not something I was um, booming at. That was a thing that I understood. So I thought, okay, well, what should I do? What can I do to kind of, understand that, figure out ways to kind of get myself out of this academic trap. I understood that, okay, marks and all these things are not going to help me. And I need to work on myself. I need to work on my personality. I need to make sure that I come across as the person that I am, and I'm not shying away, and not my shyness should not take away the opportunities. So after school got over and I lost a lot of, push, because I was not putting myself into any leadership positions. I was not pursuing something out of my comfort zone. People knew me for a handful of things, but they didn't really know that I had much more to offer. When I went to college, I thought, let me get some communication skills, some public speaking skills, courses. I'll join and I'll like transform myself, right? And I used to watch a bunch of YouTube videos. But for me, more than the course content, it was very important to know who I was learning from. And relativity was very important. If I can relate to you, like for example, you're sitting here, and if you're paying attention to my story, your brain is trying to relate to me. They're trying to connect the dots and figure out, okay, do I find something in common with her? And if you do, right, you're not going to do it very consciously, but if you do find something common, or if you do like me, that's because somehow you have built that connect with me. Somehow you've understood, oh, okay, she is somewhat like me, or oh, I can totally relate to that, right? So once that connection is built, anything that the person says or the way they're trying to help you becomes very, very easy. So in reality, I was searching out for a coach, not a course. I was searching out for a mentor who could be a nice combination of a friend and a parent, because friends only have as much as maturity as you, sometimes plus minus. And parents don't exactly understand what you're going through, because again, they're like, there's a generation gap, which is very evident. And we don't have that culture of kind of, talking to parents openly, although I have great supportive parents. So I was searching out for a coach, and I didn't know at that point I was searching out for it. So I thought, okay, I'm not finding something that I want to do, or I am a person that I can mentor under. Let me try and figure out different ways. So I made a list of all the things that interested me apart from studies, a couple of academic kind of jobs, and I started experimenting. And during college, from second year, I started working, and every 6 to 8 months, I would change jobs, different industries, different set of people, new challenges, and learning a lot of skills. Now these skills are not based on paper. These skills are not coding, graphic designing, marketing, right? Those are all things that anybody can pick up if you have that kind of you know uh, skill sets, and if you have that kind of a time to put in. But these skills are very experiential based skills: how to talk to people, how to convince them, how to negotiate, how to introduce yourself, how to get out of a conflict, office politics, personal problems, all these kind of on the job skills which you learn, that no MBA college can teach you unless you go into the mud and do it by yourself. And that's what I was experimenting, learning. And during that journey, I also did a course in digital marketing much before things became popular as they are now. And I had to do a project. So I started building a website, putting out content, doing YouTube videos. And from then on, a lot of people like me started connecting to me and understanding my journey. And they were like, oh, if she can do it as an introverted, shy, underconfident kid, then maybe I can do it too. And I was approached by colleges to give keynote speeches, to give trainings, to be like panelists and chief guest. I wrote a book, co-authored a book. I was on Josh Talks, featured on Josh Talks, and things were going pretty well. And then finally, I thought, all right, you know what? I have reached a threshold in Kolkata. Can I do something outside of the city? Because Kolkata is like my comfort zone. So the city, the hometown where you're from, you know the environment, you know the people. It's kind of playing in your own field, practicing in your home ground, right? Can I perform the same way if I go and play in a different pitch, right? For those of you who understand a little bit of cricket context, can I play it and perform my best in, let's say, an Australian pitch or any other country pitch, right? So I did that, and I was like, all right, fine. Let me figure out what can I do. So where can I go out of Kolkata? All right, two big cities in the country, Mumbai and Bangalore. I was freelancing, left all of my jobs, had some clients. I saved up money. I told my mom, I really want to go this crazy adventure, and I just want to be on my own for a month. Two friends living in two different cities, Mumbai and Bangalore. let me go and stay with them for 15 days each, and just let's see what I can do. Of course, she didn't understand what I was gonna do. She went with it anyway. And I went to Mumbai for the first 15 days. It was August, a lot of rains happened, so most of my meetings got cancelled. Had a couple of meetups, but nothing really substantial. On the flight from Mumbai to Bangalore, I told myself, man, I've invested money, time, and people know this has to convert into something. And something inside of me told me Bangalore is going to be a game changer. And landed at Bangalore, started meeting people. There was no
Oh, I think she got froze. Okay, just give her a minute. So, Sonali, are you there? Okay, I think she'll join probably. Okay, so to avoid these kind of things for anyone, the best is to join with two devices, because if one gets disconnected, both will not disconnect at the same time. So something to take note, whenever you do online sessions. Okay, meanwhile, we can have a introduction from Mr. Hari.
Yes, thanks, Vishal. So my name is Hari Putti. Uh, Hello, everyone. I'm currently from staying in Mumbai, and I have around 10 years of experience into marketing and sales. So I am an instrumentation engineer and a PGDM in marketing and HR from Wellington.
Thank you very much. Sonali is joining in a minute. Okay, Chief, there's someone called Chief.
Yes,
Who are
sir.
you, please?
Yes, I'm here. Inder, sir.
There. Okay, I'll rename you.
Yes.
Could join with your real name. Otherwise, it's always.
Oh, okay, sir. Next time.
Okay. Okay, Diptanshu has joined. Diptanshu, could you quickly introduce, please?
Hello everyone. So this is Diptanshu Samanta, the Chief Marketing Officer of AWT. So looking forward to connect with you all this
Yeah,
night.
sure. So actually, the speaker got disconnected, so we are just filling in with a introduction now. Okay, we have Skill Yogi. Could you also tell everyone what you do and who are you? Are you there? Can you hear me? Okay, I think it's not. Anik, Anishka. Anishka, please. I think you have sent your LinkedIn profile. Could you also introduce yourself?
Hello, am I audible?
Yes, yes.
Okay, so hello everyone. My name is Anishka and I'm currently in third year pursuing BTech. Apart from it, I have a startup called as AS Security and I provide cybersecurity consultancy and services to the businesses. Currently, I have secured around 15 plus websites and around 3 to 4 businesses. And I also teach people about cybersecurity. So do connect with me if you are interested in this field or if you want any kind of service regarding it.
And
Thank
how
you so
did
much.
you come to know about this program, this today's startup night out?
Actually, I'm in group T2020.
Oh,
That
okay,
is
okay.
of Sonali. So she
Sure.
posted it in the group, so I joined.
Okay, okay. Thank you very much. Okay, we have
Hello,
Prabhat
Vishal.
Singh. Yes, Gajjar, sorry. Yeah, please.
Yeah, Gajar.
Could you also introduce?
Yeah. Yeah, I was waiting for the opportunity to introduce myself. I'm Shubh Gujjar from, I'm currently studying BTech from Rai University in food processing and technology. And I'm currently looking to connect with few like-alike minds and see where all this thing goes.
You're from which WhatsApp group?
I'm from, Team Sonali.
Okay, okay, sure, sure. So, are you also, where are you based right now?
I'm from Ahmedabad, Gujarat.
Ahmedabad. Okay, okay, sure,
Yeah, the heritage city of India.
sure, sure. Yeah, yeah. Prabhat Singh, could you also please tell us who are you? I mean, what you do? Tell us about yourself. Prabhat, can you hear me? No?
Hello.
Yes, Prabhat.
Yeah. Hi, sir. Myself, Prabhat Singh, founder and CEO of Digital Hashtag. Apart from that, I am a community creator of WordPress Durgapur and DV Kolkata.
Okay, you are based out of Kolkata or Durgapur?
Durgapur. Durgapur.
Durgapur. I think I've heard this name, digital hashtag, somewhere.
Yes.
But I think you are attending this session first time, probably, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, sure. So we do this every Friday for your information. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, I think Sonali is joining again. So do you guys realize that your internet network is your net worth right now? So okay, Sonali is back.
Sorry, sir.
So Sonali,
Yeah,
do you
yeah, yeah.
realize how important is internet in this world? If COVID was
Totally.
spreading via internet, everyone will be doomed. Anyway, okay, please.
Totally, sir. Yeah. So, yeah. Okay, great, great. Oh, I can see Skill Yogi has joined as a friend also. Great. Okay.
Yes, Ambarish, I
So,
think, right?
yes, Ambarish, correct. So, yeah. So I was talking about, my
Bangalore
whole
landing,
travel stand.
plane
Yes,
landing to
my
Bangalore.
Bangalore landing, and I landed here, and I met my co-founder in a very lucky meeting, right? And we got to, on the first day itself, we met a bunch of people, and I was somebody might have unmuted themselves. This is sound coming in.
Yeah, yeah, I muted.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let me mute everyone for the time being. I'll just unmute Sonali 1 minute so that we can allow questions at the end. Yeah, Sonali, please unmute.
Done, done.
Okay.
All right. So yeah, so I landed in Bangalore and I met my co-founder, and we started working on this project for a Guinness Book of World Record, and it was in a very huge park called Freedom Park, and I met so many people. And while we were doing this project together, he was getting to know me, and he was kind of looking at things that I had done. And I told him, you're setting up this thing. If it is very near and dear to the concept that I also believe in, a lot of emotional development and social skills, very important in teens and in 20s. Much beyond just the skills, you need to have that human connect, understanding of a human being and your own emotions, very crucial. And I said, if you need a trainer or if you need some help, I'm open to travel and we can talk about it. And he says, sure, I'll let you know. And a couple of days later, he WhatsApps me and he tells me, you know what, I've thought about it. I don't think I need a trainer. I think I need a co-founder. If you're up for it, we can make it happen. And it was one of those days where I thought, is this like a joke or something? You have those mirchi murgas where people call and they make fun of you. And I thought it was like a WhatsApp version of that. Because I was like, okay, does this happen? Like you meet somebody and they suddenly want to start a company with you. And he wasn't even joking, because he actually dropped me to the airport, which is like, if Bangaloreans are here, they know it's in a different city altogether. Right. You reach Kolkata faster than you reach the airport from Bangalore and back. So yeah, he was pretty serious. And after a month, I went back home in August end. And after a month, I packed my bags, had a tough talk with my parents, and came and settled in Bangalore. And we have been working together 1 year plus, 1.5 years it has been with the company. And this year, January of 2nd, we were awarded as recognized by the Karnataka Educational Awards 2020 as the best social and emotional learning center. And yeah, it's been great. A lot of my 20s are here today, and we have this amazing teen sessions. We have moved online, we have closed down our office, so a lot of things have happened. And sir, over to you. Any questions, anything you want to ask me?
Sure, Sonali. That's good to hear your journey. So, you said your co-founder meeting thing. So, when you went to Bangalore, you didn't know this person at all, right? Is that correct, or you know him a bit? Oh, okay, you cannot unmute. Oh, yes, sorry, sorry. Let me allow participant to unmute now. Okay, okay, yes, yes, Sonali,
No, I
please.
didn't know him at all. I didn't know him at
And
all.
then
Had no idea
when
who he was.
so it's pretty much like traveling alone and to a place, unknown place, with everything. How did you made up your mind, and like you said, you had a tough talk to your parents, etc. So it was pretty much jumping in a like a black hole, or like somewhere where there's lot of uncertainty, and you don't have a teammate, people to support, etc. So how did
Yeah.
I mean, what was in your mind, or like what was the alternate path if you wouldn't have met your, let's say, the today's co-founder? What was the alternate path you would have taken that time?
Yeah, very interesting question. Well, the biggest thing I did when I was even planning this meet was I planned it well in advance. It was not a fluke. It was not an impulsive decision that I just jumped into, booked some tickets and just went because my friend stayed. No, I planned it months in advance, started connecting with people very, very beforehand through all my social media platforms, and told them that, you know what, I'm planning, I'm coming. I started building that initial inertia. That was number one. I also went with an open mind that anything could happen. It could turn either ways. Of course, I didn't go with a mind that I'm gonna land up opening up a company, but I went an open mind saying that maybe I won't be able to meet the people I want to meet. I didn't. I wanted to meet a very important person in Mumbai, an author, a speaker, and I had been following it up for months with her and her team, and it just couldn't happen because of the rains. And I was very, very upset about it. And I was like, okay, she was probably my big ticket item, because I was planning to crack something with her, something or the other, but it didn't happen. And I was like, okay, you know what, whatever happens, I will have the experience, and I will know that I've met more people than I could sitting in a chair in Kolkata. So, and whatever did happen, I can convert that experience in some sort of learning. And the next time, if I do go for a different adventure, maybe it can be a more experienced person planning it the right way. So yeah, that was my plan B.
Gajar has a Gajar. Am I saying your name correctly? Gajar Shubh. Shubh. Okay, I'll call you Shubh better. Shubh, please.
Yeah,
Yes.
actually,
Hi,
my
Shub.
name is Shubh.
Shubh. Okay, okay.
Yeah, hello, Sonali.
Hi, Shub.
Yeah, I'm following you from last 3 or 4 months, and I know this about Speed Club and Emotional Gym and this 2020s that you do. But the main question is, what is your business model? Like, you have started the company, so it must have some kind of business model or some funding or like that. So how do you sustain financially?
Okay, interesting question. So we don't have investors. We are self-funded. You know, I don't know if that's a right way, but yeah, we don't have investors. It's purely the hard-earned money that we have.
Funded by customers and individual. I mean, the founders.
Yeah, correct. By founders, because in that context, we don't have customers as such to kind of fund that thing. Bootstrapped.
No, but
Yes,
customers
thanks,
fund.
Naman.
Why I say so is customers are paying you, so that's like a
Yeah,
best investor.
yeah,
So there is a saying: who's
totally.
the best investor? Answer is customer.
Correct. Customer. Yes, yes. So that is it. And that's number one. Then if you're asking about the business model, see, it's a coaching based model. Okay, we started this company by thinking, okay, we want to start an emotional gym. Like, you have physical gym setups. What do people do for their mental health, their emotional health? And why is it only people will go to counselors or therapists? Why not something proactively? It's like going to the gym instructor, going to a gym or a yoga instructor versus going to a doctor. A doctor you go to once you have already fallen sick, once you need help. That's when you go to a counselor, a therapist, a psychologist, or psychiatrist, if you say. But you go to a coach when you really want to stay healthy beforehand, when you don't even want to fall into a place of anxiety, depression, when you need help, you do it proactively. So we thought that such concept where you need that kind of a connect with people might not happen if you do it online. Right? Of course, online was our, like a side track that would go on, but a very important part was to connect with people physically. And hence we had a physical setup that we are giving away in April. But we had this beautiful setup in Bangalore itself, and we wanted to open emotional gyms across the nation. So initially it was supposed to be a franchisee model. Once you kind of, how franchisee works, you popularize the idea, you get enough people, and then people would want to buy into the idea, and it'll be available to more and more people, the concept of emotional gym, going into a gym and working on their emotional muscles and stuff like that. But COVID hit, and we were forced to obviously change our track, and we went online. And now it's a purely online coaching based model where we coach teenagers, primarily teenagers we coach. And for the 20s we have something called as tea with 20s. There's a micro community of people who come in, they share ideas, and for them we are open for one-on-one coachings. But we don't do group coaching because 20s, they have a lot of different things coming up, and we have courses for them that we are building up. We have our own platform, we have an app. So all that is in the process going on while we are building this inertia, while we're building this community. And very, very soon we're going to start retreats. We will be doing these 1 day, 2 day, 3 day workshops, transformational workshops that will be accessible to everybody. They can register for it, they can come, and they can spend 2-3 days of immense experiential based fun learning. It's not one of those picnics you go to school. It's not one of those family holiday vacations where you're just clicking your own selfies and family's doing something else. No, this is like a full-on party where you learn on the go with experience, and you get to travel also. So yes, that is our business model, at least at the moment. And it's always flexible. As a startup, you keep your minds open for anything.
Yeah, so in short, basically, your students are paying you a fee, right? So you can just say safely that we just get money, we just charge our students directly.
See, there I would say that, like, the current community that we have of the 20s, they haven't paid any fee to us. They are here, they're building
Okay.
a community, they help each other out, and we want to form that initial trust. Why should you pay me money, any money, right? Because information is free out there. You want to learn public speaking, you go and you buy a course, it's free, right? But if you want to get coached, and if you want to get a hand holding, that's what you really pay for. Because why everybody goes to school, right? But why do you get a tuition from outside? Because school will teach you, just come and teach you concepts. They will not handhold you depending on your strengths. They will not really help you understand the subject and implement that. That's what a tuition teacher does, because they get personalized attention. The same a coach does. If you want to build up a skill that is soft, that is humanized version of it, we are the people to round up.
So you do mostly one-to-one coaching or group sessions also, or both?
We have both, yes. So we have group sessions. So if it's for the teenagers, yes, we have group sessions, and then we constantly do one-to-one coachings. If it's for the 20s, currently we are not doing anything price-based. It's just a community of people that come and help around with each other, and we're very soon launching some courses that will be accessible to them. And again, it's on them. If they want to buy, they buy. There's no force into it. If they see value, if they connect to us, people are gonna come.
Sure. So what are the common problems that teenagers face according to you, or the ones you cater to?
So I would say one of the biggest things that teenagers are facing are the lack of social skills. So what's happening that after COVID hit, everybody was forced to sit behind the screens, and teens were already behind the screens. They were on their phones, but at least they would go to school, they would meet their friends, they would at least get that exposure of a human contact. Once this happened, I think parents and teachers, the most thing they keep on complaining about is, they don't turn on their cameras, they're not answering in school, they're not answering in class. So there's no real activity that's happening. So there's no learning, and they've forgotten really how to build a connection, right? And when it comes to, like, if you ask any teenager, or I would also say a lot of in the 20s also, you ask them, go into like a complete different event and go and make some 3-5 friends, or exchange your contact or your business card, or just say hi to people. They dread that idea, they're afraid of it, because even though previously it was just 2-3 kinds of people: introverts, extrovert, ambivert. Now we are forced to become so with ourselves and with our cell phones that we don't really know how to make human connection, human contact. So social skills is a very important thing, and everything that comes out with overuse of digital media, lack of focus, over distraction, um, getting exposed, early exposure to things that the teens might not understand. So they have questions, they are curious because they have now the phone at their fingertips and they can Google anything, some things that we didn't have, right? Yeah, Shu was saying now people are becoming screen TV. Yes, you're right. Yeah, so a lot of these things, and most importantly, their lack of understanding of themselves. They'll see somebody doing very well in class, very smart, and they'll see some other friend of them suddenly having social media followers, and they'll think, there's something wrong with me. Why am I not that? Why can't I do this? Right? And that's gonna manifest in different forms: anxiety, depression, isolation, XYZ. So whole gamut of things.
Okay. Anyone wants to ask any question, please?
Yes,
No?
go on.
Okay. I'll ask a more difficult question. Okay, so in my understanding, a lot of teenagers and even people in their 20s or college students are suffering from this instant gratification habit, right? So most of them want everything right away. So it's like, I have come, please give me something. If you don't give me something, I'm gone, right? And then again the same thing happens, again the same thing happens. So this lack of patience is increasing day by day. I was talking to some friends, it's like every decade it's like exponential, it's getting half kind of. So our parents to us, whatever difference, it's like, I don't know, 1/3 or 1/4. And now again the same thing is happening. Do you agree to this, and do you see it as a big problem, and what can be, let's say, one solution that you can propose? I mean, are you catering to this?
Yes, I am actually. Good question that you asked. My co-founder is here. He just joined. He was in a different meeting. Sridhar, can you unmute or can you come online?
Yes.
Yeah, he's unmuted. Please.
Right.
Yes.
You are,
Hi.
you are so
You
dark.
want to take this question? I think you're the best person to
Certainly.
answer that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Sridhar, how do you manage your own co-founders' instant gratification syndrome?
I mean, this is a what do you call it? It's actually a huge problem. It's a pandemic kind of a situation, right? You really cannot change. That's exactly the reason and the purpose that we are doing the entire emotional foundation. And I think I just few minutes back, I was looking at what Sonali is trying to say that, all these are interlinked, Vishal, where the emotional foundation plays a whole lot of role. We do know that EQ as a terminology, right, which has got certain aspects of that, but there are a lot more deeper things like the belief system, your habits, your entire personality is driven by these aspects, which we are completely ignorant of it and living it off. In fact, I would say if a child is self-regulated, he or she doesn't need to go to school. They will pick up a Byju's, YouTube, or whatever it is, and then they'll learn by itself. Unfortunately, we are looking the other way around. Life is revolving around the marks and other stuff. So even from the academic perspective or non-academic perspective, it is this emotional foundation that matters completely. And the only solution is to invest their little time in this particular aspects. And most of the parents are unaware that something such a thing is existing also. And that's in fact our mission to really propagate the entire concept and thought of investing in your emotional foundation. Social emotional learning are the key thing. I think in the Western world it is a lot more lot more popular, but we in India still we are catching up. Although we see that in our experience, a lot of parents who are in the very high rank, highly accomplished parents have watched, and they are the ones we see. Our community are a lot more driven by children of highly accomplished parents, and they're the ones right away they're saying this is what we want to do, which is in fact a validation for our work. Okay. And a lot of parents who see that, hey, I did not have social and emotional learning, so I grew up. What about my child? World is very different from what it used to be. And especially in the last 2 decades, I think if you look at it in the last 50 years, the innovation that has come through is more than, several times more than the entire humanity has seen. Right? The world is very different, very, very different now. Information, distraction, everywhere. So how do you focus on these things? Again, the only question, the only answer for all of these questions is invest in your social emotional learning or character education or life skills, whatever you would want to put it as a bracket of it, which we are striving to, do that.
Sure. Let me give a very relevant example. If we quote Ramayana, father asks his son, son, please go 14 years exile. And son doesn't even ask why. He says, okay, I will go. Right. So we did an experiment with some kids. We just told them that, just imagine, तुम्हारे पापा तुम्हें बोलते हैं कि बेटा या बेटी 14 बरस घूम के आओ जंगल, तो तुम क्या करोगे? तो कुछ लोगों ने तो बोला कि मैं पूछूंगा क्यों, फिर समझा भी दिया गया तो भी नहीं जाऊंगा। कुछ ने बोला मैं थोड़ा नेगोशिएट करूंगा, ठीक है। कुछ ने बोला कि मैं 1-2 दिन के लिए जाऊंगा या जाऊंगी और वापस आ जाऊंगी, ठीक है। सो द चिल्ड्रन फाउंड वेज टू गेट अवे विद दैट पेरेंट टू चाइल्ड जो भी है, आई मीन ऑर्डर, ठीक है। सो आई थिंक दिस टीनेजर्स are getting very, very rebellion. I mean, as we age, actually I'm saying children are also getting very rebellion, that okay, जो आप बोलेंगे मैं वो
I
नहीं
don't
करूंगा।
actually, that you're absolutely right, and I don't blame them. See, in the current context, perhaps it makes sense to question that, because we're also encouraging the children to say that don't just take anything that comes your face value. But the underlying intent there, revolves again, right, in terms of the trust factor, right? Whom did it come from? That's a trust. So when it is told by parents, I trust them because of the clarity that they have, and so on and so forth. Now, same thing, why don't they have patience earlier? Like you said, the marshmallow test, for example, is one of the longest longitudinal tests that has been, psychological survey that has been done for over a period of time. And it proved beyond doubts, that, your ability to resist the temptations have shown significant results in anybody's individual's, success in life. Okay. And, the irony is that, today the media, is the counter. The technology is making life so simple that one doesn't have the natural ability. They're losing their wings of patience and perseverance. So I don't blame them, but everything is at a press of a button. They get Swiggies and of all the world, or whatever you take, Netflix. Everything is streamed. You don't even have to go to movie theater, or you don't have to go buy in tickets in this thing. So life is very different. Unfortunately, the children who are born post internet, they are not able to appreciate. And if I tell them, hey, in apne zamane mein aisa tha, they laugh, and it is fair on their part not to expect that. But as parents and well wishers, the question that we need to ask. Unfortunately, education has not changed, and that's where we are trying to say that we need to knock this emotional foundation and social emotional learning in the schools. That's very crucial.
I'll just add a little bit more to what he said by saying that, speaking about rebellious nature, I think every generation used to have it. I mean, it's a very known thing that once, I think even when I've heard when My parents were also teens. They would always feel that, oh, my parents don't understand, and their parents would feel that you guys haven't seen hardships. So I think life is getting more and more simpler, and things are evolving. But there's always going to be this, gap of understanding between one generation and the other. And like you were saying, that everything is more readily available, media houses and a lot of content available to the youngsters nowadays are not necessarily kind of guiding them in the right sense. If you see that there are a lot of exaggeration on rebellion itself in movies. You showcase things that are heroic, you showcase things that are rebellious, and you put that into a heroism light. So youngsters who see that, they see their favorite actors or actresses do something super hyped up on screen, and they feel like, oh, this is what I should do, or this is what heroism means, and they then get inspired. They don't know where to draw a line between fact and fiction, between real and real. And that's exactly where, if a parent says, they're going to be like, oh man, don't lecture me. And friends are always going to hype that whole thing up. So where do you find the right balance between friendliness and also maturity? So matured friend, that's who we are.
Sure, but there would be at times when you are also blank, that that okay, some problem came and you have probably no solution to tell them. How do you handle such situation?
Yeah. So Vishal, what are the
Go for it.
okay? The problem solving is an ongoing process. The question is, there's no tactical. You're not really giving a solution to them. You are helping them find their own solutions, right? We want to encourage that, and those are the essential seeds that we sow in terms of being able to go out and find a solution for their own problems. So that's the first and foremost. You can't really help them in all their decisions, and it's okay. 20% of the time, 10-20% of the times, we are not able to solve a problem, and that's true with everybody, anybody and everybody. But most of the time, if they are reaching out to somebody else, or not even attempting to make a solution for it, I think that's a worrisome thing. So again, emotional foundation, these are the crucial aspects. Now, when they face in their own life a small situation, how did they deal? If we're able to trigger their thought, I think we have done the job, right? We're able to say that the next time when we have anchored the situation there, and next time when they find a problem, they will change the phrase saying that every problem is an opportunity. In fact, one of the slogans that we train to program with them is problem equals opportunity, kind of a thing. So they look at saying that, I have the capability, I would want to go. That self-narrative, self-talk will come up when the anchors are there in their mind. So we program that where, that they're able to deal with the situation, help them, with one or two situations, they have a blueprint of how to solve the particular problem, right? And once they achieve that, they have got a confidence which actually helps them to do more and more and more, and that becomes a habit. Otherwise, once they don't solve a problem, the next time they don't have a confidence, and if they don't, further it repeats and repeats and repeats, and that becomes a habit pattern. That as simple as it is. So our job is essentially to put anchors, help them nudge over the little things, develop a constructive habits. That programming, if we do, I think they will find their own path, and that's true with anybody. And the longer we take, the more difficult it is to solve that particular problem or undo the wrong habit, so to speak.
So I guess since you are doing teenagers, will it make more sense or some sense to also do a bit of similar program for the below teen people? Because somehow I have experienced or seen with lot of children, it's like you can divide their life into blocks of 10 years. So the first 10 years, they are like very very blank. So whatever you put in them, they will be like, okay, done. Example is like the children of NRIs who study abroad, their accent becomes very foreigner, and that all develops in that first 10 years only. If you ask let's say teenager to develop that accent, they will probably take much longer than those under 10 people. And so goes for after 20. So it's like first 10 years to next 10 years, next 10 years, things get harder and harder. And I don't know, it probably exponentially, or at least two times harder, two times harder. It's like a FD doubling every 10 years roughly, right? So do you think we should also think about coming up with some programs for children as well, like who are below teen, under 12 and under 13 kind of? What do you think about?
Very right. Actually, what you said, most of the lot of psychological theories point saying that the first 8 years are the blueprint for the entire life, whether it's a transactional analysis or otherwise. Having said that, the modern psychology says that until 25, of course it tapers. The first few years are more, there's a maximum grasp because they are empty, right? So we're just filling in the data. But the way they learn kind of differs, when it is in the infancy and the toddler, and then pre-teens, teens, everything is different. So there, it is a lot more not by hearing or listening to the content rather than experiencing. It's a lot of experiential when it comes to younger kids, right? The teenage is a very, very crucial phase, and that's why we're trying to focus there a lot, because they are neither adults nor children, but they have reached the stage where they have a little foundation what they have experienced, and these are all experience and exposures that they get. Okay, nothing in the, I'll tell you, school is very, very limited. 10% of it they really learn from the experience and exposures. Unfortunately, we spend a lot of time on the school. But when it comes to teens, what happens is they start looking at perspectives from the same thing, right? So the belief system is firming up at that particular point of time. Okay. Also, with the kind of mode of teaching right now, okay, with the online, the only way we can do for the age group that we can look at is mostly teens. Okay, that's the reason. Otherwise, for younger kids, it's a lot more experiential learning that we do. And here, when we for teenagers, it is more of a perspective. A lot of verbal, inputs can be taken, but that is not true with the younger kids, and they need to experience things. It could be, their ability to go and seek help, for example, right? They have a problem, they should go and seek help. They're a lot more scared to ask, and the possibility thinking, for instance, that cannot be taught saying that, hey, you know what is possibility thinking, I'll give you a definition, and so on and so forth. It is able to give them the small exercises, giving them the experiences, nurturing all of those things. The model is very different, but we will do that. And in fact, our intent was to start the emotional gym, which is a physical setup in Bangalore, was to address this particular one. You really learn in a physical setup, but unfortunately, things have changed and we moved online. But yeah, you're right. That's the right age, and we have to do that.
I think we had started with the mindset that we're going to target 3 audience bases: tweens, teens, and 20s. Tweens are people with the kids who are not teens, but just before teens. But at the moment, I think we have seen that because of the current education, the way it is being done, very, very much online, they have very little focus and consistent amount of schooling and homeworks. They're like bombarded. So it's going to be very difficult to form that connectivity. But I think once things open up and they're more receptive to a different kind of a learning, we will be in a better position to figure out a model that works for the teens as well.
Sure. Anyone else have some comment or questions, please? Or we'll finish in 2-3 minutes. Inder, you have a question?
Yes, sir, I have. मैम एक्चुअली मैं पूछना चाह रहा था कि जब किसी काम को लेकर पर्टिकुलरली बिजी रहते हैं तो कुछ दिन बाद कंसंट्रेट नहीं कर पाते हैं, स्लो हो जाते हैं, तो उसके लिए कुछ एक्सरसाइज वगैरह,
मतलब मोटिवेशन
या
एक्सपोनेंशियल डिके ऑफ मोटिवेशन,
मोटिवेशन
वेरी कॉमन प्रॉब्लम.
मोटिवेशन नहीं, मैम एक्चुअली मोटिवेशन नहीं, मैं क्या करता हूँ ना, माइंड काफी स्लो हो जाता है, इंटरेस्ट रहता है बट फिर भी करने को मन नहीं करता है, तो शॉपिंग वगैरह या आउटिंग के लिए, ड्राइविंग वगैरह कुछ दिन के लिए, 3-4 दिन के लिए दूसरे साइड में बिजी रखते हैं, फिर तो मैं आपकी स्टेटस देख लूँ वही काफी है.
या कोई
बढ़िया।
प्रोक्रेस्टिनेशन नहीं बोलेंगे, ये एक्सपीरियंस मतलब इसको यही बोलेंगे कि मोटिवेशन जो होता है इट डाइज वेरी क्विकली, और यू नो विद इन द डीप में भी, आई मीन इट्स अ जनरल प्रॉब्लम आई गेस, पीपल से कि ना
Yeah.
आज तो
Again,
हाँ
what happens?
टेम्परेरी
जंग
होता है
कर
थोड़ा।
लेंगे और फिर कल वापस ना उठा नहीं जाता उनसे. यस
हाँ,
प्लीज सोनाली, यू वांट टू ऐड समथिंग?
इंदर
यस
यार,
मैम,
क्वेश्चन तो बहुत
बोलिए
अच्छा है।
मैम।
एक काम
ओके,
देखो, मेरे को तो ये पता है कि फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल जरूरी नहीं है कि ये सिर्फ तुम्हारी तुम्हारी इशू है, ये तो यार बहुत बड़ा ही कॉमन है। आई थिंक हम लोग सबको कुछ शेप एंड फॉर्म में होता है, जो चीज करने का मन नहीं करता ना, लाइक द थिंग्स वी डोंट लाइक
राइट
डूइंग,
राइट।
उसमें मोस्टली आता है कि यार टाल देते हैं, और लेट्स like okay, take a little bit of a break, let's start 5 minutes later. All these things come when you don't like doing what you're trying to do, but it's important. तो ये जानना बहुत जरूरी है कि पहले तो
नो
कि
मैम,
हाँ
नो
ये
मैम,
काम मुझे
मैम,
हर चीज में होता है।
हेलो मैम,
ओके,
देखिए मैं एक ही काम कर रहा हूँ, दूसरा
हाँ,
काम का कोई सीन ही नहीं है। मतलब 10-15 दिनों शाम को कर लिया, अब मतलब कि काफी टाइटनेस वगैरह आ गया है, अब और करने मतलब कि थक गया मेंटली काफी। एक होती
थक
है
गया,
ना
ओके,
फ्रीक्वेंसी कि हाँ आप हाँ बेस्ट एनर्जी के साथ काम किए, अब और स्लो हो रहा है, स्लो हो रहा है
See,
वैसा।
can I take that?
हाँ ठीक है
Yes,
ठीक है।
yes, please.
या श्योर सर।
In the Sridhar here, so one of the thing is that there is actually no one solution fits all. क्योंकि everybody's temperament, styles, and other things are very different, right? आप जैसे बोला कि you have very limited activities that you do. There are people who do many other activities and so on and so forth. So it is very hard to. But if you reflect back, one of the important thing is that it starts with the
Okay.
self-awareness. Okay. And Stanford research actually shows that more than 85% of the people are not sufficiently self-aware. And I am still discovering myself. A lot of times, why do I lose my motivation? When does it go wrong? Why what are the things that helps me come back? We don't stop and look back. Last time when it happened, when did you succeed in coming back? When did you fail in coming back? So we don't take stock of it because वो आदत नहीं है ना हमको self awareness का ये journey. So I mean that is very important, and if you really want to दूसरा चीज है कि self awareness also the priority. Okay, जो काम कर रहे हैं, for example, you take a hobby and you're not following, it may not be important. Okay, then it is okay. But you're doing a business and you have to be consistent. Okay, then you have to put checks and balances in place that you have to go through that. But that comes from your self-awareness. Correct? So everything boils down to starting point of a self-awareness that we realized. And to start with, are you spending any time, okay, whether it is a weekly, daily, or monthly, to stop and sharpen the saw? जो जैसे बोलते हैं ना, मतलब you have to reflect on your own this thing. So that is another example I can take in is, for example, let's say you made a tea, okay, and the tea is it lost its heat. Okay, after that what you'll do, you'll microwave करेंगे और गरम करेंगे ना, right? So similarly,
Right,
the
right.
motivation, as Zig Ziglar puts it, motivation is like taking bath. You need to have it every day. You lose it and you have to take it. So you got to figure it out what works for you. Some people will go for music. Some people will say, I go for a workshop. I'll just go for a drive. And I think coping mechanism is something very unique to you. And to understand your coping mechanism, it again starts from self-awareness. So
ये मेरे पास
clarity.
सर एक्चुअली ये ऑप्शंस है मेरे पास ऑलरेडी, लेकिन मैं कह रहा था आप कुछ बेटर ऑप्शन दे पाते हैं, लाइक ड्राइविंग वगैरह। लाइक वो चाय ठंडी तो हो जाती है, फिर उसको गर्म माइक्रोवेव से करते हैं, तो माइक्रोवेव की जगह और ऑप्शन है थोड़ा कम टाइम
एक
में।
चीज
माइक्रोवेव पे ऐसे
मेरे
ऑलरेडी कम
माइंड में
टाइम
आ रहा
लगता
है
है, उससे
तुरंत,
अगर
इससे
फास्ट
कि
करो तो
आज आई वाज टायर्ड,
क्योंकि 3-4 दिन मेरा निकल जाता है
तो
रिकवर
तो
करने
और
में।
मतलब माइक्रोवेव नहीं करना चाहिए, you should have flask होना चाहिए. That means your this thing is wrong, right? Your assessment is wrong. So you see, these are just an example. I hope you take the intent behind the content, okay? But the point
Yeah,
is,
exactly, yeah.
so the point is that are we really, if this is not working, then you perhaps that is exactly the reason why you need a coach. So I don't know my problems. I might be a coach, but for me, I need help for somebody else. जैसे कि I can't see my own eyes. I need a mirror to see my eyes. Correct? If there is a problem in my eyes, I can't see what is happening.
Right,
It's as simple as it. But क्या होता है ना? If I'm a coach, sometimes I feel, hey, I'm a coach. Why should I go to another coach? क्योंकि my ego is very big. So it is not that coach is losing, it is I am who is losing. So often, we will get lost in this particular thing. I myself was a victim of these things. I have changed. So I think when you are not able to get an insight, it helps. Even not a coach at all, you can talk to a friend, or you can look at this thing. But have you spent the real amount of time introspecting where it has gone wrong? Otherwise, you're not paying, it is not serious, it's not in your belief system that it is important, right? So this is comes core again to a belief system. Just like, you know what, I give an example. I wanted to go to gym, okay, 30 years back. Okay, I tried. Okay, I never succeeded, and I hate going to gym because there a belief system mein hai hi nahi that gym will help me. Okay, so when belief system it is not there, I will not do it. Okay, and that is true. You have to reflect on. When I said self-awareness, you have to look at kyun nahi kar sakte, because I think the belief system, you feel that it is not important to you, or you lack clarity, or you do not know the coping mechanism. Correct? Or you're in a denial mode. Right. One of the biggest problem is I deny. Okay, boss, I know it all. I don't want other solution. Sometimes you break those inhibitions and move forward. Okay, you're doing good to yourself, nobody else, but you got to reflect it. So challenge yourself, look at introspective, saying why, where it went wrong. If it is really important, you do it. If it is not important, you will never be able to do it. If your belief system is not there, you'll never be able to achieve it. That's the question. So it's okay, give it. Not everything you need, no. See, for me, gym was not important. I said no, I don't want it. Okay, so I think you perhaps have to reflect on that. I think there are some lot of self-awareness, programs. Perhaps you would like to look at it. Okay, you start that. I'm sure you could make a lot of difference. It helped me personally.
Also, I think adding to this, involving more people can help at times. जैसे मैं अपना ही बताता हूँ, अभी मैं 9:30 में I was feeling lazy, but then I was so much, like इतने लोगों को बोल दिया था ये है वो है, तो करना ही पड़ा मुझे. ठीक है, मैं आलस कर ही नहीं सकता. ठीक है, तो कभी कभी ऐसा भी होता है कि खुद जिम जाने का मन है तो 2-4 बडी बना लो, तो कोई ना कोई ना, जैसे सुबह क्रिकेट खेलते हैं लोग, राइट, 10 लोग पहुंच गए थे, 11वां भी पहुंच ही जाता है, कोई ना नहीं करता है, उसको उठा के ले जाते हैं सब. चलो, चलना पड़ेगा, कैसे नहीं चलोगे.
That also happens. See, what happens is after some time when the friends don't come, you'll also
yeah, so it can go the other way around. So it's like a kind of a coach का पैसा बचाना है तो have some friends.
So we call it as a fear of missing it out, or excitement. Sometimes you're having excitement. If I'm behind a girlfriend, I'm very excited. No force in this world can stop me. I'll follow her, right? The other one is tax pay करना है, कल नहीं किया तो मैं जेल जाऊंगा बोले तो I will go and get up. So either fear of missing it out or fear of missing. You need to have one of those, motivation or this thing.
I think fear works better than motivation.
Perhaps in Indian context, I think
fear is the correct motivation. याद नहीं किया तो भूखा मर जाऊंगा, करेंगे. Yes, Ambarish.
तो यहाँ पे आपने जो बोला कि just a simple example of gym, right? So ये मेरा खुद का life experience है that I'm doing. So simple terms में अगर आपको कुछ भी आपको करना है, right? So either you can use greed, fear, ये जो हमारे होते हैं ना 7 deadly sins जिसको हम लोग कहते हैं, you can use that for your own improvement. So मैं जिम मैंने ज्वाइन किया बिकॉज मुझे भी सेल्फ कॉन्शियस होता था कि अरे इतने लोगों के सामने वर्कआउट ये सब वो सब करना. सो इन दिस सिचुएशन व्हाट आई फिगर्ड आउट इज इफ आई डोंट वर्क आउट माय बॉडी विल डीके, राइट. एंड जब मैं 50-60 का होऊंगा तो मुझे डायबिटीज या बीपी ये सब होने वाला है. तो उसको अवॉइड करने के लिए अभी आप अगर वर्कआउट करते हैं बिकॉज इट्स अ लॉट ऑफ वर्क, यू आर स्वेटिंग आउट. तो यहाँ पे आपको ये आप फियर को यूज कर सकते हो इन दिस सिचुएशन. इफ यू आर लुकिंग टू अचीव समथिंग, इफ यू आर लुकिंग टू डू समथिंग, यू कैन यूज फियर, यू कैन यूज मोटिवेशन डाइज वेरी वेरी स्विफ्टली. अभी आपको लग रहा है कि आपको बहुत कुछ करना चाहिए, आप ड्राइव में निकले, फिर आप देख रहे हो कि भाई गाड़ी में तेल नहीं है, गाड़ी साफ करना है, गाड़ी को पार्किंग करना है, तो ये मोटिवेशन तब आपका डाई ऑफ हो जाएगा. सो इफ यू हैव a feeling which will drive you, you have to find it out. And I think it's a better guide to follow whatever that you want to do. This is my personal experience regarding the gym part, because
I fully agree with you. I think it was not a priority for me, and there was no available. The environment that you go, I I had to go abroad. I had to do that. I don't know, and it was not knocking any sense. So see, also I'll tell you my system. I had a lot of belief saying that you got to be lean. Okay, you don't want to really put on weight. And somewhere I think my belief system is I've seen people who have put on their bodies and suddenly out of shape after some time. When you stop doing that, so better don't do when you cannot be consistent, right? There are a lot of lose this thing. So maybe that, but my motivation. See, those days I didn't have a coach, and that's the reason perhaps I really failed, and I regret for not having been guided. And this is one of the also motivation reason why Sonali and me, we were saying we wish we had a coach then. I would surely would have done that. Okay. Having said that, the other way to look at it is that happiness, your mindset, you got to be balanced of stress and eustress, right? You can't be too complacent, you can't be too much stressed, having that balance. So I think something, fortunately, I crossed 50 and still no diabetes, and in fact no sugar and other things. So touch wood, I'm healthy.
Yeah, if you want to avoid the disease, just don't discover them.
Yes. No, I get it every 6 months. This test keeps happening.
Yeah, but that's the dangerous part,
What to do?
You start checking every time.
Fake
There is
as it
always a
comes,
fear.
I have a tattoo which says "so what," so let it come. So what? Life
So
and death
what?
is all part of the.
नहीं तो कभी-कभी मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि when you know you have a disease, then you actually have the disease. Ignorance is bliss at times.
Bliss, absolutely.
कैसे कोरोना में बहुत लोगों का हुआ, हो के ठीक भी हो गया, उसको पता भी नहीं चला, उसको लगा कि नॉर्मल बुखार था, और उसको कोरोना होके ठीक हो गया. And I think if we do a survey, we might find some people like that.
I know.
Okay, chalo, I think so. We are out of time. So thank you very much for all this interesting insights on teenagers, emotional wealth, and emotional being. So probably we might do more specific sessions later, maybe on some specific topics. So we'll get in touch with that.
सर 5-10 मिनट है क्या? 5 मिनट
और कुछ पूछना है? जब पूछ लो चलो.
हाँ, लास्ट क्वेश्चन है, मतलब ये अपना तो
हाँ. बट ऐसा नहीं सोचना ना कि आज क्या सॉल्यूशन मिल जाएगा, ठीक है?
नहीं, ऐसा कुछ नहीं है. ये सॉल्यूशन मुझे मिला एक्चुअली कि बैलेंस वगैरह बना के रखना है और मोटिवेट होकर रखना है. तो इसका एक्चुअली अल्टीमेट कोई सॉल्यूशन आई थिंक नहीं है, बट इससे एक और अच्छा कुछ इंटरेस्टिंग निकल के आया. मेरा कहने का मतलब एक्चुअली क्वेश्चन ये था ना कि मोटिवेट हुए, जिम गए, और जिम में ट्रेनर भी मोटिवेट करे, कंटिन्यूअसली जिम कर रहे हैं, अब बॉडी थक गया है. तो एक्चुअली मैं वहां पूछना चाह रहा था कि अब कोई मोटिवेशन काम आएगा? तो ठीक है, इसका कोई सोल्यूशन नहीं है, फिर रेस्ट ही करना है, घर जाना, फिर नेक्स्ट डे आना है. तो एक्चुअली मैं चाह रहा था कि जो बॉडी बिल्डिंग करते हैं या जो भी हेल्थ है, मतलब अपना जो टारगेट है, तो क्विक अचीव करने का कोई ऑप्शन, मतलब कि
क्या
जो
बॉडी बिल्डिंग
होने वाला है उसको
बट बॉडी बिल्डिंग का तो एक सिंपल लाइन ऐसे बोलते हैं ना लोग.
नहीं सर, ये तो सर अपना टॉपिक है, इसलिए बस बोल रहा हूँ. तो कोई टारगेट है तो एक महीने का काम है, तो उसको जल्दी अचीव कर सके, कोई ऑप्शन.
मतलब पूछ रहे हो किसी दिन स्लैक करना, इज इट ओके और नॉट? ये पूछ रहे हो ना, किसी दिन काम चोर बनना चाहिए?
नॉट एग्जैक्टली नहीं, वो पूछ रहा है शेड्यूल बनवा है, तो थोड़ा जल्दी कंप्लीट करना है.
हाँ, काम को जल्दी कंप्लीट करना है यार. इंदर ये बताओ कि सोचो तुमको कहीं पे जाना है, ठीक है, और उसको जाने के लिए तुम्हारा जो नॉर्मल रूट होता है, अगर तुम वो लेते हो, तुम्हारा क्या बोलते हैं, पब्लिक ट्रांसपोर्ट लेते हो, तो तुम 1 घंटे में पहुंच जाओगे. अगर तुम गाड़ी लेते हो तो शायद 45 मिनट्स में पहुंच जाओगे, ठीक है. बाइक लोगे तो 30 मिनट में पहुंच जाओगे, ठीक है. अब देख रहे हो कि यार ठीक है, एक तो मोड ऑफ ट्रांसपोर्टेशन चेंज कर सकते हैं, नंबर 1 एक है, और या तो ये भी कर सकते हैं कि अगर मुझे कोई जगह पे जल्दी पहुंचना है तो आई कैन स्टार्ट अर्ली, जल्दी निकल भी सकते हैं घर से, है ना. देखो ज्यादा फास्ट गए तो फिर एक्सीडेंट होने का भी चांस है ना. तो जो बाइक चला रहे हो इतना, मतलब जल्दी होने का इतना हड़बड़ी है, किसी को मार वार दिया तो जेल पहुंच जाओगे ना.
तो फिर जल्दी
होगा, राइट, रोड क्लियर,
स्ट्रैटेजी आपको चेंज करवा सकते हैं. बिल्कुल सर, करवा ही सकते हो.
नहीं, डायरेक्ट हेलीकॉप्टर अगर है तो 2 मिनट.
लेकिन यार देखो, रियलिस्टिक भी बनना जरूरी है. जैसे कि तुम सर बता रहे कि अरे ये तो फन के लिए, हेलीकॉप्टर ऊबर अभी तक आया नहीं है, जब आएंगे तो देख लेंगे. एयर ट्रैवल तो सिटी के अंदर कर नहीं सकते, है ना. तो रियलिस्टिक भी बनना जरूरी है.
लिख के रखा हूँ,
बिल्कुल
मैं कुछ पॉइंट्स लिख के रखा हूँ. जल्दी कर सकते हैं, ठीक है, और वेट नहीं करना चाहिए, या कोई टीम हो, किसी काम को एक साथ नहीं करे, थोड़ा जल्दी होगा, ठीक है. रूट चेंज कर सकते हैं, कि इस रूट से जा रहे हो तो उससे जा सकते हैं, और अगर आपके पास सोर्स है तो आप पुलिस से रोड क्लियर करवा सकते हो, ट्रैफिक ना मिले. कैटेगरी या लिस्ट चेंज कर सकते हैं, शॉर्ट लिस्ट कर सकते हैं, और कंटिन्यू चलते रहें, रुकिए मत. और remove the distractions. So manpower, change the way something process.
आवाज थोड़ी सी ब्रेक हो गई, I think.
हाँ,
ये सब तो एक्चुअली लिखा हो कुछ स्पेशली
यार
और
देखो स्पेशल तो और एक चीज बहुत इम्पोर्टेंट है कि तुम जो जा रहे हो, सोचो तुम जा रहे हो एक रास्ते में बहुत सारे कुछ कर रहे हो, ये जानना भी जरूरी है कि तुम्हारा जो स्ट्रेटेजी है करेंटली जो जो तुम कर रहे हो वो काम कर रहा है कि नहीं कर रहा है, कि बस चलते जा रहे हो, जो रास्ता चूज किए हो वो जा रहा है ना सही जगह पे, राइट?
हाँ, रास्ता तो जा रहा
कभी
है,
कभी
गाड़ी चल रहा है लेकिन पहुंचा नहीं हो
पहुंचा नहीं हो, चेक करना पड़ेगा ना, कभी कभी थोड़ा गाड़ी को रेस्ट भी देना पड़ेगा,
तो जल्दी
टायर भी
पहुंचना है
चेंज करना
actually।
पड़ेगा, तो रेस्टिंग इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट यार। ये जल्दबाजी का जो केस है ना बड़ा मुश्किल है यार,
ये तो वही इंस्टेंट ग्रेटिफिकेशन वाला कहानी है कि मुझे
ये तो
पहुंचना
इंस्टेंट
है
वाला
1
काम हो
मिनट
गया।
में.
जल्दी क्यों पहुंचना है ये तो पूछो, जल्दी पहुंच के कुछ फायदा है क्या?
करेक्ट करेक्ट.
हाँ
एनीवे इसका
बस कुछ माइंड में उसको तो क्लियर करना पड़ेगा ना जनरली के लिए, फिर कोई बात नहीं।
नहीं ठीक है, ये तो नेवर एंडिंग क्वेश्चंस है, सो वी कैन मे बी या वी कैन
अच्छा सर एक लास्ट चीज सर, एक लास्ट चीज एक्चुअली।
अच्छा मैं नंबर शेयर कर दूंगा इनका,
नहीं
इनसे
ठीक है
फिर
ठीक है
पूछते
ओके
रहना, ठीक
नहीं
है. क्लास भी ले लेना जरूरत पड़ा तो.
ठीक है
ठीक है, ओके. चलो, थैंक यू वेरी मच. So we'll have next startup now next week with a new person. Thank you everyone for tonight. Bye bye.
Thank you, laptop.
Thank you.
Thank you.